The Streamer Awards is one of the premier events for people who don't have an ideal relationship with their parents. Hosted by QTCinderella, this is its 3rd year, and streamers travel from all over the world to come to beautiful Los Angeles to get rewarded for their hard work of live streaming. This year, having hit the big 1,000 subscribers, I was disappointed to not be invited, but I bought a ticket anyway to see what it's all about. There's also one special man who I knew I had to see. The two-time Super Team Fortress. I've known about Super for a long time, and for those who don't know, he is one of the greatest Overwatch players of all time. Right up there with the GOAT, Malful. He won 2 Overwatch League championships, definitely won an MVP award in 2019, and was the 2-time loser of the best FPS streamer. Overwatch players are a marginalized group on Twitch, and he and all of us Overwatch players were bullied for our choice in game.
And I've never seen anything more depressing than people still playing Overwatch.
It is embarrassing that when after she told this joke, both of my friends stared at me and laughed. So much for the tolerant left. Anyway, I knew I had to be here to support Super and prove these people wrong. Overwatch is a good game, and it should be taken seriously. Super would win this award. Additionally, I've been watching Ludwig since 2019, and I went to his chess boxing event at USC in 2022. One of the most popular videos on this channel is a Ludwig clip compilation. All this being said, I've also known about QTCinderella for a long time. And last year, I wanted to go to the Streamer Awards, but I wasn't 18 yet. They didn't check ID as I learned, but this year I knew I could make the trek out to LA for the event. Now, anyone who lives in the greater LA area lives 30 minutes away from LA. Ask anyone that. From Oxnard to El Segundo to Pasadena to Ventura, they're all 30 minutes away. And we're all right and wrong at the same time. As on the greatest day of your life, LA really is 30 minutes from anywhere. But unfortunately, there are these 2 evil little freeways called the 101 and the 405 that will try to delay you as long as possible. Speaking of delays, my Streamer Awards experience started off with some strange ones. When me and my friend, who will be represented by the green box, went to pick up Mr. Red Box at his house, there was a car full of 6 girls waiting outside to shoot him with water guns. Long story short, there ended up being about 15 more people who showed up at his house to shoot each other with water guns, and one of my friends ended up getting in a car accident. Excellent. So we left an hour later than we wanted to because on the website, it said the show started at 4, but in reality the awards portion didn't start until 5:30, and they didn't let most people in until around 5:15. This is kind of where my issues with the event start. On the website, it said the event started at 4. Awesome. On Twitter, it said the event started at 5:30. Maybe I'm dumb here, but it didn't really matter because I was there at 5:30 anyway. Anyway, I had my Sunday best on for the event. Be honest, am I old money aesthetic in this? Then it was off on the road. There was of course some pretty heavy traffic and the smartest Tesla driver in California pulling off a brilliant maneuver here. I hope you saved 30 seconds, dumbass. The most beautiful minion of all time made an appearance, and so did sexy lingerie, bedroom toys, fetish gear, and movie arcade. I hope it's a profitable venture for whoever runs this. There's some pretty strange businesses out here in LA, but you know what, chase a bag, Slim Diet Clinic. There's also an army recruitment center right next to a store called K-Pop Bestie. I feel like this is a great move from the army actually. Then we made it. Hooray! We parked on the top floor of the parking structure, and I knew we were in the right place looking at these people's cars decorations. We went down one of the sketchiest elevators ever, and when we were leaving, I actually thought this thing was gonna fall and kill us, but we squeaked out of there. We instantly saw Valkyrae and Cenat getting, which was pretty cool. This backstage area was open the whole time, so you could see in a little bit, but there were obviously guards there. We also saw Yvonne getting out of an Uber, but I didn't feel like saying anything, I don't know why. Then it was time to join the line. Everybody was looking great, dressed their best, except for my dumbass friend wearing a whole jacket. It was cool to see everyone follow the theme except for Mr. Redbox. I knew this day was going to be cursed because I broke my watch while trying to get it off at security and the guy laughed at me. The watch didn't even set off the sensor. What is the point? The venue, the wheel turn, was beautiful. I was surprised to learn it's less than 100 years old because it definitely looks like some opera situation going on here. There was a curtained off bar area where all the streamers were hanging out, and then a balcony above that looked down on all of them. Though I didn't recognize a lot of people down there, so maybe it was some sort of VIP area. On top they had some handprints of streamers. I saw Ludwig's, QT's, and Katamina's. This was kind of a weird touch, but there wasn't a lot going on up here otherwise, so I thought it was cool. There were also a few bars that people were enjoying and some free festivals bars that we snacked on. The new formula is much better. If you tried them before and didn't like them, I recommend you try it. We got our picture in front of this thing that I don't think we were supposed to get a picture in front of, and then we were off to our seats. We were at the very top of the theater pretty much and in the corner. There was one guy on the end of our aisle who was by himself. I said hi to him, but he didn't respond. He was also watching the event on Twitch throughout the majority of it. The seats were not very comfortable, and I heard people in front of us complaining about this as well. It seemed that a lot of people who left their seats went to the bar to watch the stream instead because the seats were causing that much trouble. But I honestly thought they were fine. There were a fair amount of empty seats, but most were filled. I could have pretty much moved anywhere if I was at this event by myself, as most people were in groups of 2 to 4. The first thing that I noticed, or I guess that I couldn't help but notice, was the sheer brightness of the screen. It was blinding. I am not kidding when I say at its worst, it was as bright as the sun. I didn't even know we had developed screens this bright yet. The lighting also kind of sucked from an in-person viewer perspective, as a lot of the time, the spotlights were cast directly on people in the top rows, which you can't see on stream. But I understand that most people didn't go to the event in person, and it probably made the stream look better, so I guess it's not that bad. I still wish QT didn't try to burn all our corneas out though. I certainly would encourage you to burn a hole in that like button and hit the subscribe button with your cornea. Also, if you're interested, you can support me by becoming a member for $2 or $5 a month. Anyway, the inside of the venue is beautiful. Very small, but the sound quality was great, despite some struggles early on. That's probably the only aspect where the in-person experience was better than the stream experience. The opening of the show is a performance from Harry Mack, who's a freestyle rapper. I've known about him for a while, and I think it's funny that you can always tell when he's trying to think of something, because he says something about how sick his flow is or how he's always off the dome. He did a good job though, even though the crowd was super dead. I think it's really hard to be a musical guest at one of these events. The Twitch audience doesn't really like music. I guess they can't all unite behind liking one type of music, so the crowd was always more than 50% dead. And because of that, it was hard to get into it, even if you did like the performance. I liked his performance especially because he made a 100 gex reference. Then it was time for the main event. QTCinderella walked out to do her opening monologue. We can see the teleprompter, so I guess we had most of the jokes spoiled for us from the get-go, but I think it's really hard to deliver some of these jokes, especially to people like me who aren't that tapped into Twitch culture anymore. I didn't really get a lot of these jokes, so I didn't think it was all that funny, but a lot of the audience seemed to like it, so I guess it's a me thing. At one point, she asked for Twitch primes, and the whole chat was filled with white, which basically meant that everyone in the venue got flashbanged for a minute or so, but I thought that was the highlight of the monologue. But of course, she said that one joke that rubbed me the wrong way. How could she come for our precious game while staring at the beautiful prince of Overwatch himself, Matthew DeLisi? Disgusting. And it's actually not sad to play Overwatch in 2024 actually, so get freaking owned, buddy. I just couldn't help but laugh when she said golden Kappa train. Security was pretty tight at this event, because just being 100% honest, there were some pretty shifty dudes around. When Pokimane came on stage, I saw every guard in this place lock in. One of my friends would have jumped off that balcony if he saw her there. I remember back in the day when he didn't know Instagram likes were public, he liked all her posts, and when we asked him why, he unliked all of them. He denies it to this day. We didn't forget, Jay. In particular though, I noticed a lot of fan attention for both Amaranth and Pokimane, though Amaranth definitely got the most applause out of anyone. They did a few awards which I didn't particularly care about, but I did notice that Phantom won an award. I guess you could say he Phantom taxed that one. And then Leviathan, the Chug Jug with You guy, performed a little bit. The screen was straight up blinding during his performance, and I know I'm not crazy here, as I saw other people looking away from the screen as well. I think he did an alright job. This was probably the most engaged the audience was throughout all the musical performances, just because he's the funny Fortnite guy, though it wasn't my favorite. Then one of the aforementioned dodgy people tried to get out of his seat really fast and like sprinted out of the place and got stopped by security, which was just great for the fan experience as well. The next part I recorded was when Quackity won an award. I haven't heard him speak English in probably like 3 years, so I got some crazy whiplash when I didn't hear him start the sentence with gente. Then Low Tier God came out to present an award, which was probably the highlight of the night. I actually know who this guy is. I hope I never see him and his covenant wearing black and gold cloaks in the forest. Minecraft was definitely the loudest category of them all. People were really excited to see this one. I know the girls in front of me really wanted the Brazilian guy to win, but Quackity ended up winning again. Two of the things I was thinking about the whole time were, wow, I can't believe I spent $50 on a ticket and drove all the way out here, and I still get to watch the same ads as the people at home. Just leave the screen blank. It's okay. We're in person. We can't click a link to buy the products anyway. Just let people's eyes rest next year, please. When the next performer, Chris, performed, I was really just wishing that my head hurt more from the lights, as he really cranked that thing to max brightness. He had probably the best performance of the night, but the crowd was so dead for him. I felt really bad. If he sees this video, he did a really good job and I liked the song a lot. But all this time, one man was waiting to make his mark on the streamer awards forever. Waiting to add to his already immensely decorated trophy case one last time. The 5'6" king himself, Super Team Fortress. They were trying to slander him, ridicule my code by saying that he had been nominated 2 times and he lost both times. He was washed, but I knew this year would be different. My king would surely win. He lost again.
Tarek, let's go!
It's rigged. I saw it with my own eyes. It's rigged, and it's lagging now because my people are shutting the website down because it's rigged.
At least he's got 100% defeat rate. Not many can say that. Super, I want you to know I was ready to jump that balcony and defend your honor. All we had to do was say the word like MK Ultra, brother. Semper Fi. My streamer also got roasted because of his outfit and shoes. And Hassan didn't remember him.
I'm loving the fit, but if we can get the camera to pan down a little bit. Little unusual shoe choice here. You went with the Adidas Boosts with the tux. Tell me about it.
My goat is so washed, bro. I can't believe he's 0-5. After this, I allegedly left the event because perhaps the lights were too bright for me. We then went to a local Korean restaurant, and I knew this food was going to hit because the woman greeted us in Korean and didn't speak a lot of English. This was some good food. I never tried kimchi before, so I had some of that. I also had this jalapeno where I ate all the seeds by accident and some spicy noodles. Anyone who says I cried from the spice is nitpicking and biased. I would never do that. They also had no forks, so I had to figure the chopsticks out. Yes, I know it's embarrassing that I can't use chopsticks. Yes, I know the little kids used them. Yes, I know I'm a man now. I should be able to use chopsticks. But I still figured it out, of course. This was called Young Dang Restaurant. Then we got dessert from this cream puff place, but it squirted everywhere that wasn't my mouth. Mr. Greenbox withheld crucial information about how to eat these to slander me and Redbox's names. Then we were heading back to our car. I had the chance to end this video perfectly. Man, it would have been great. I saw Amaranth taking pictures with fans inside the event, but the guy in front of me in line told her his whole life story. It was really embarrassing to listen to considering she didn't care at all and clearly wanted to leave, but by the time he was done, her car arrived. I missed my chance. What a shame. Overall, the venue is really cool and the event is cool in theory. I thought it was organized and run pretty well, though I wish they were more transparent about the start time. The venue had some constraints just due to its age. Next year they should have a less bright screen, have maybe just one musical guest, and allow fans to go to the red carpet too. Or if we were able to this year, they should be more transparent about it. Anyway, I had fun. If you enjoyed this video and you do not like Overwatch, I'm glad you enjoyed it, but please do not subscribe. If you do like Overwatch, I make Overwatch videos. We could have a really special connection, you and me, so why don't you smash that subscribe button, please?
It's got a little bit of kick to it. It's got a little bit of kick.
Yeah, we freaking hated that. Why are you laughing?